Buddy, how's it going? Happy Monday. Started streaming, then immediately had to step away, and I'm a bit late getting back because I had to run and take care of a couple things. But I am back, and I am feeling better after a very short nap that I had to take. I was modding for Lemon Stream earlier today. And I only got like 4 hours of sleep last night, so I had to take a 2-hour nap before my own stream started up. But I woke up, I ran over here, I set things up, started things, ran off to take care of things, and I think we're good to go. So I'll get right into it.
The secrets of the mechanical arts are too profound to convey in a few simple words.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, but why must the listener grow weary whenever I begin to divulge them?
I hadn't actually messed with or played as Zhang Yun actively on the overworld very often, so I'm not used to hearing her lines, but I figured it would only be appropriate as we do the new event that dropped in Genshin a couple days ago to be her. Although I did start the event already, so apologies for those of you watching. If you haven't started the event, you're not going to have any idea what happened because I've already done the opening cutscene. I did that yesterday, and then I was like, I should hold this off for stream. It was a very cool conversation where we came up here, and Ilan was having some tea with a member of the Marshase Phantom, and they walked off, and they were tailed by 2 people, and that started the quest off where we're about to go track those 2 people down and see what's up. So let me head over to that corner now. It's always nice to come back to Shinyu Vale, actually. So I was kind of happy when the quest started us here. It's a very gorgeous area, and it was a nice interlude when they added this region, roughly at the end of Fontaine's patch cycles. All right, we're coming down here to... Oh, okay. I remember this.
All right, let's start our investigation here.
Don't see any members of the Dark... I should have read that, I'm sorry. Don't see any members of the Dark Financiers crew nor anything else suspicious about the area.
So, we can all agree this is just a normal stretch of wilderness, right? Paimon doesn't see any bad guys to nab around here.
It's not time for nabbing bad guys, at least not yet.
Well, it didn't take long for you to understand our role here, Traveler. Thinking like a top agent already. Impressive. Like I said, we need to start small. If we want to track down the man himself, our best bet is to start with his goods. So right now, finding his stock is our #1 priority. And to do that, locating his hidden stronghold is imperative. Which brings us to why we're here. Pretty good vantage point from up here, don't you think?
Huh, guess so. Paimon can see the port of Elang Wharf, the boats in the distance, and some kind of tower. What's that for?
It's a lighthouse. The Millilith use it to monitor the situation at sea. In addition, the flashing of the light can also serve as a means of communication.
There was also a chest at the top of that, but of course. I'm gonna choose... I think I understand what makes this place so important.
Oh, let's hear it.
Oh no, now I have to actually guess the answer. Perfect spot for counter surveillance, makes... maybe?
Not too far off at all, Traveler. The Millilith maintain an impeccable level of security in Shenyu Vale through consistent patrolling. This location offers a perfect vantage point to observe their lighthouse signals and deduce their patterns of behavior, which is a huge help if you need to move goods under the radar. So we should be able to find traces of the Dark Financier's scouts in this area.
Oh, okay. Paimon doesn't quite follow, but she'll take your word for it.
It's simple. Just take this forensic imaging device and investigate the surrounding area. As long as we're meticulous, I'm positive we'll find something.
All right, what is this? Move and zoom in and out while taking photos. Investigate the scene from multiple positions and angles to find. Ooh, okay, interesting. All right, let's change our quick swaps. We're not done in the chasm. There's still one chest I'm missing somewhere out there, and I don't know whether it's above ground or underground. So we'll probably need to bring the Lumistone Adjuvant back on at some point. All right, we're supposed to do it here. Okay. Or maybe... Oh, talk to her first. Okay, I see.
Well, all set?
Ready to investigate.
Remember, an eye for detail is key. Clues are often hidden in plain sight.
When using the forensic imaging device, you can move around while taking pictures in order to adjust your angle of view. At the same time, the device also has a zoom feature, allowing you to stand in high vantage points and take pictures of targets that are far away. Thanks to a specialized array of lenses, the forensic imaging device can capture traces of things that are invisible to the naked eye. Zoom in and center your view on suspicious objects, then wait a brief moment as the device automatically captures it. This seems just like the lens from Inazuma. Okay, we're supposed to start here, so. Photo of the area previously taken by the Monolith using an overhead surveillance device. Compare the photo with the current state of the area, and perhaps you can find traces of recent activity. Okay. It is this corner. Okay. Small raised mound. Did the waves catch some of the loose soil? There's clearly something buried underneath. Zooming in, you take. Look at this again. I feel like there's something on the boat, probably. This ship is in an odd position. Looks like it's been used recently. All right. And, oh, yes. The marks on this fire would still look fresh. Someone was cooking not a few days ago. Nice. And then you can just go back through them with different angles from the one I took. That's fine.
Some good finds. Whatever door this key opens could be critical to the investigation. And this carrier pigeon tube contains several coded messages.
Huh. So there really is evidence around here. It's like these guys aren't even afraid of getting caught. What if the Millilith noticed them spying and decided to investigate?
These objects suggest the Dark Financier scouts were likely disguised as fishermen. People like that are trained not to crack under pressure. All they'd need to do is come up with a believable excuse, like needing a place to rest. The Millilith can't investigate or apprehend a civilian without probable cause.
Paimon can just see their smug faces getting away with something like that.
The good news is we managed to find evidence here. These clues should help move the investigation forward.
Not to mention, the traces on these objects are fresh, which means the scout here is still active and wasn't among those caught by Officer Edler. So we need to stay vigilant. We can't let them know we're still on their tail.
Elon takes out an elaborate set of tools and creates exact replicas of the key and coded messages found at the scene. She then restores the scene to its original state, erasing any signs that an investigation has taken place.
I
She's
had a hunch
professional.
this area was being used as a lookout, and I was right. But that still leaves the question of where the goods are hidden. Any ideas?
I'm gonna guess again. Might be onto something. Surveillance operations. Okay, I literally don't get anything but one guess. Surveillance operations are time sensitive, so if you needed to send a message, it would need to happen fast.
Spot on again, Traveler. Looks like you don't need anyone to hold your hand when it comes to deductive reasoning.
I mean, I did play at the entirety
Given the
Fontaine.
carrier pigeon's speed, the two locations should be close enough to deliver messages quickly. That means the base we're looking for should be within a certain radius. Ruling out areas within line of sight of the lighthouse, as well as places with a lot of foot traffic.
That just leaves the shallows to the north of Mount Mingyuan?
That certainly sounds plausible. You have the cover of the mountains, and the advantage of hiding right under the authorities' noses. Well, our next destination is decided then. Let's go.
All right, where is that exactly? Ooh, okay. It's fine. We'll go here. We have things to get around, so. Oh, I hit the wrong button. It's fine. Can probably go back in this one. Yeah. It always throws me off because it's like right trigger versus right bumper. And that changes between Sumeru and Fontaine and Natlan, which one you use with which given open world mechanic. It's actually kind of annoying.
And nothing out of the ordinary here either.
If we've learned anything from the last place, it's that the more normal it looks, the more it could be hiding.
That's right. No detail is too small to investigate. I believe in you. The evidence could be even more well hidden this time. All set?
Ready to investigate.
All right. I know you have an eye for detail, so use it to your advantage. You've got this.
I'm glad Gillan's voice actor was back for this. Let's see. Oh, we already got some stuff. That's pretty obvious. These are pieces from a crate. They look new. Maybe the crate broke while being moved. I feel like this thing is also... Maybe I'm wrong. Where is the branch in comparison to where I'm at? Over here? Okay. So the boat is probably irrelevant because it's off the back. You just walk around it a little bit more to severe. Yeah, okay. Any like footprints anywhere? There probably would be something that obvious. Oh, I was wrong. There sure were. There are numerous footprints around the shallows and signs of something heavy being dragged on the grass. It's clear someone's moved something through here. There's nothing out there though. Let's see. Over here counts as in the area too. We'll probably have to climb the rock actually. I'm trying to see if anything got snagged on like on the tree here, on any branches. Can I climb the rock like this? Okay, sure can. Maybe this won't be much good after all. Not getting anything useful from on top though. So I should be looking to the left. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff in that range that is empty space on the picture. So maybe that's relevant, but I don't see anything in particular. Oh. I was taking too long, so it started spitting a pop-up at me. The rock's not where it used to be, almost like it's covering something. Oh, wow, they're right. I didn't even think about that. Okay. I didn't think about the scenery moving. Yeah, I've checked several times. The boat is off the edge. The boat is... I keep wanting to do something with the boat, but that thing is like long braid. I don't think it would be relevant anyway. Doesn't look out of the ordinary. Oh, that does count. I just had to be in this position to get the capture. Okay. There's a lamp hanging from the tree branch. I knew it. Someone must have been working here in the dead of night. Okay. That was a little harder than I was anticipating, but that gave me the mentality of what I need to start looking for in the future.
This must be it! The secret base where they stashed their goods! Definitely wasn't easy to find.
Well, well. Looks like you tracked it down in no time at all. I see your potential as a solo field agent, Traveler. Now, time to test out the key we found earlier. Let's see what surprises could be in store. This isn't their home turf, so I doubt they had time to set more traps. Should make our lives easier. I'll take it from here. The last thing we want is to leave traces behind in there. Caution is the name of the game. You two keep a lookout. Make sure no one barges in while I'm in there.
You got it! This is a first for us, but the Traveler can do anything. She's got your back!
Trust Yelan's timing. I doubt these guys will come back while we're here.
Good point. Yelan doesn't make mistakes like that.
Yelan opens the door to the stronghold and observes the space. It appears to be an ordinary cellar. Due to the construction difficulties, the top and side walls couldn't be completely sealed, causing water from the soil to seep into the space. Noticing this, Yelan covers her hands in a thin sheet of hydro. This means she can touch the items in the space without leaving traces behind, because the water from her hands will vaporize over time. Finally, Yelan enters the stronghold and begins to examine the items sealed within.
Alright, that's done.
Nice.
I've noted the features of all the porcelain items, vases, and teas stored here. We need to keep a lookout for these features at the auction and pinpoint the person attempting to purchase the corresponding goods. Then, we can let them lead us to our main target.
Wow, that was fast! You must do that all the time, huh?
What's our next move?
Now, we wait. There are countless auctions in Fontaine. We can't possibly monitor them all. Besides, that would be a waste of personnel. I'll continue to conduct surveillance in the area, keep tabs on the situation, and attempt to decipher their coded messages. Once his two lackeys move the goods, we can shift our focus to the upcoming auction. And then, we'll have somewhere to start.
Got it! All we can do now is wait. Wait, and then follow them straight to the guy behind this whole thing so we can give him the old 1-2 punch!
This whole time, Officer Edler has been leading her two stalkers on a wild goose chase around Chaoying Village. Once they decide it was all a waste of time, it's her turn to tail them instead. Not to mention our operation has already put them under extreme pressure. We've forced their hand. I doubt they'll last more than 2 days before making a move. So let's meet back up at Yilong Wharf in 2 days. Find me near the harbor.
Nice. Normally we would have to wait 2 days, but this event came out like a week ago, so so we're already good to go. Could just push the time forward and keep going. I think the entire event is out at this point, so yeah, we can rush the whole thing tonight.
Well, it's been 2 days. Let's go meet up with Yelan. Ooh! I'm getting excited! Searching for evidence, tracking down a crime boss. It's like being a real detective!
I mean, Paimon, you directly were basically a real detective during the entirety of the Fontaine final arc. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why you're so excited. This is normal. But anyway. Oh, I need to... The default wings look ugly on shot. Let me fix that. I'm sorry. That's bad. Dressing room, wing glider. What do I want to put on her? Ooh. The Liyue wings clash pretty badly with her. I think a shade of blue makes more sense. That seems... Nah. That's too dark. Same, actually. Not a whole lot of good options here. This one might be the best one, even though it still kind of clashes with her, but it clashes probably less than all the rest. Some of the blues are a little similar. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to go with this one. Oh, that's what replaces. Okay. All right. Best I can do, I think.
Well done, you two. Right on time.
That's the case coming
The
along.
day after we infiltrated the storage facility, the Dark Financier's two lackeys, Corday and Dodamani, started moving the goods. See that ship? It's the one Dodamani dispatched to transport the goods. It operates under the guise of a joint passenger and freight vessel.
Whoa! That's one huge boat! Paimon can see all the goods piled up on the pier. Seems like it's transporting quite a few passengers to Lumidu's harbor as well.
Well, if those aren't the real goods, what if those aren't the real goods, though? Should we investigate them just in case?
Thinking 2 steps ahead? I like it. You're a fast learner. If Corday and Dodamani think the authorities are onto them, it's possible the goods they're sending to Lumidu's harbor are a whole bunch of nothing. Just bait to flush out the law enforcement on their tail. But we need to be careful. Several members of the crew have confessed that a veteran treasure hoarder known as Scamface is involved with the Dark Financier.
That's a name.
As an escaped convict, Scamface is a master of staying hidden. Based on our earlier investigation, it's clear he's the one who's been doing reconnaissance on the Millilith's lighthouse. I'll circle the area to draw Scamface's attention away from the scene, while you two inspect the goods. Remember to keep a low profile.
Understood. I'll keep it stealthy.
Yeah! And Paimon will do her best to float closer to the ground. No higher than the traveler's shoulder.
All set.
All right, we're still using the item. I see. Ready to go.
All right. We'll meet back up here once you're done.
Arrive at the pier and begin your investigation. The suspicious ship is moored near the wharf. Once you have swept the area and captured all available evidence, you will need to investigate the cargo on the pier. In order to successfully collect evidence, you need to line up the partial images from the files with the view through the imaging device until you get a perfect match. Interesting. Okay. What's with this mark? It looks like someone deliberately painted it here. Something's wrong. Let's try and find the rest of these marks. While assessing the ship, you notice some marked goods. The marks were made using a special kind of paint which can only be identified via the forensic imaging device. We use it to find all the marked goods and obtain some important clues. Okay. And now they're not offering me the option to... I see. The lining things up was a one-time thing. A marked ship? I think it was a lifeboat. Obviously the one here, which was the first one I saw. Found a mark. Let's see. There, that mark's the same as the others. We need to stay on the pier, which is painful when there's items to pick up over there, but I'll have to come back to those. Those are also items I've picked up a million times, so whatever. Very well hidden. How far back can we go? All the way back there. No. I'm getting a... Oh, that's just from this corner, though, so... But nonetheless, I don't think I can come... down here. Yeah, I cannot. So what we're missing is got to be up here somewhere, probably, like, around the corner. Ah! Wait, no. Yes, that's it. Okay. Mark crate must belong to the bad guys. Alright, cool.
Okay, so no fakes. These people are definitely anxious to get their goods to Fontaine all in one go. But did you see the strange markings on some of them? Oh, wonder what they mean. Let's go ask Yelan.
You find Yelan and tell her the results of the investigation.
Good work. As for the auction, Officer Edler was able to gather some useful intel too. We're almost certain their target is the auction taking place at the Hotel de Boer in 2 days. The markings you managed to capture were applied with a special kind of paint. Almost impossible to notice without some kind of specialized tech, like the forensic imaging device. I think we're looking at a treasure hoarder insignia. Each big shot in the organization has their own, almost like a personal signature. And considering what we know about the case, I'd wager this is Scamface's handiwork.
So he's labeling the goods, but why? What message is he trying to send?
Based on the port manifest, it looks like the marked goods include fertilizer from Sumeru, local fireworks, soap, and perfume.
So, nothing special then? Just some farming products and everyday necessities?
Fertilizer, soap, and perfume. No, there's something going on there. Might be risky, but I'm gonna investigate on board and hitch a ride to Fontaine while I'm at it.
We made it this far. We'll come with you.
Yeah! Let's see this thing through! Paimon's gotta know what's going on here.
Well, you've proved yourself so far, so I don't see a problem with that. Just know once we board the ship, we're bound to come face to face with Corday and Dodamani. So make sure you're prepared. The investigation might look a little different this time.
Excuse me, passengers. Due to limited space in the cargo hold, we've been forced to store some of the goods on the deck. We apologize for the inconvenience.
Ah, please, no need to apologize for your success in business. I just hope it rubs off on the rest of us.
It looks like all the goods marked with Scamface's insignia have Corday listed as the shipper. Dodamani is in the cargo hold, likely making sure all the goods are in place for delivery.
Are they inspecting something? Why are they rifling through the boxes? Oh, Paimon can't make sense of it.
Here, take this cipher. It should help you figure out their coded messages. This is the plan. While I distract Corday and Dodamani, you two investigate the goods marked with Scamface's insignia. We might learn something useful.
If I find something concerning, is it okay if I deal with it right then and there?
By all means. I trust your judgment.
Huh? Wait! You're just gonna go up and talk to those guys? Yelan!
This is a really pretty boat, actually.
Oh, excuse me, gentlemen, but have we met? You're Mr. Corday, a famous antique collector in the Quartier Lyonnais, correct? I believe the three of us have had the pleasure of meeting once before. At Jiuguan Tea House in Yilong Wharf, if I'm not mistaken.
Huh? You... Ah, the Dice Master of Yenshang Tea House. It's a pleasure, Miss Yelan.
Oh, so you've heard of me too?
Yes, I had an absolutely delectable cup of tea there once. One can hardly leave Yenshang Tea House without hearing about your legendary dice skills. I suppose something keeps bringing us together. A shared love of tea, perhaps?
Yes, that must be it. Well, looks like we ran into each other at the perfect time. I'm heading to Fontaine on vacation, you see. Any recommendations on where I should visit? Someplace I could find an exquisite tea set, perhaps. Like a fine art exhibition, or an auction. I hear Fontainian black tea has a unique flavor. I imagine your tea sets are a sight to behold as well.
Oh,
You...
Ah, does this gentleman
Why
have
did
an
the lips
interest
stop
in
moving?
tea sets as well?
Their timing with the coding is awkward sometimes.
course. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Yelan. I'm also heading to Fontaine for travel. Corday's invitation, you see. In fact, I'm the one who owns the ship.
Yep. Yelan is actually talking to them. Are we sure that's a good idea?
He's giving us an opening. Let's use it.
All right. Then let's go somewhere out of their line of sight so we can start investigating those boxes. What's with the strong smell coming from these boxes? Must be a bunch of stuff mixed together. And there's a strange note. But Paimon can't read what it says.
It's written in code. Luckily, we have the cipher.
Yelan really thinks of everything, huh? But, you know how to use this thing, right?
Formal formula made by mixing certain substances. It's not very complicated, but the steps are rendered in great detail. By mixing the 3 main ingredients in prescribed proportions and the specified order, the desensitization effect is significantly reduced, allowing small fireworks to function as detonators. Install them in the location shown. Then use a timer to control the explosion timing, such that the ship's hull may be destroyed in open waters. Sink their goods so they can't take part in the auction. After that, the investigating forces of both Fontaine and Liyue will focus their attention on me. Don't worry, the boss won't play us out. Evacuate on your own, then put your heart into acting out how grateful you are to have miraculously survived. Wait out the heat for 6 months, then move to finish this matter. All you need to do is bury the 15 million more the boss promised at the 7th sentry post. No need to contact me. Oof.
Well, what does it say?
If I'm right, they're planning to dispose of the goods by blowing up the ship.
Blowing up the ship? Are they nuts? Paimon thought this was about getting the authorities off their tails, not drawing even more attention.
Scamface needs to protect the person at the top, so he's diverting attention to an ever bigger problem and cutting off all our leads in the process.
Okay,
Oof.
Yuan was right. This guy is a complete lunatic. There are innocent people on this ship. We need to find and disarm those bombs as soon as possible.
Prepare to dismantle the bomb. Alright, well that's our only option, so... Yana's distraction is holding. This is our chance, but we need to hurry. Oh, geez. By a friend of the Cypher Try uses everything in a place to disguise bomb. Got them. Okay. Right, that's the bomb on the boat taken care of. Wow, this music. Also, they say hurry, but I don't see a timer, so I'm a little less worried than I was. One apparently up here. Yes. This bomb, are they trying to blow up the mast? We gotta get rid of it. Jeez, it looks so small, but it's really heavy. So dangerous. Dismantle it quick, but be careful. Nice. Good stuff.
All right, that's all the bombs on the deck. What about the cargo hold? Do we have enough time?
Already taken care of. Good work, you two. You stayed calm and acted fast. That was the perfect response to a situation like this.
Yelan! Honestly, it's all thanks to you. It was your idea to board the ship, and we never would have been able to figure out that message without your cipher. Wait a sec. Where are Corday and Dodamani?
Recovering from the shock, I would imagine. Suddenly finding out that you're being targeted by a dangerous individual. That must have been quite the ordeal for you, gentlemen. Almost lost your cargo and your lives in one fell swoop.
Indeed. To think such evil exists in this world. I can scarcely imagine what I did to offend this fellow. Resorting to murder like this. It's quite unfathomable.
Well, no need to fear. I'll alert the Maison Gardiennage at once and ask them to send agents to Lumidus Harbor. The two of you are clearly in need of protection. Your cargo will also need to be handed over to the authorities for inspection, Mr. Corday, just to eliminate any remaining hazards. After which, the Maison Gardiennage will escort it all to its intended destination, of course. So, if I may, where are your goods heading, Mr. Corday?
To the Hotel de Boer for an auction in 2 days.
Ah, then rest assured. The Maison Gardiennage is full of diligent and responsible personnel. You can trust that your goods will arrive at the auction without a scratch.
Our sincerest thanks.
After some time, the ship safely docks at Lumidus Harbor. The Mason Gardiennage conduct a quick safety inspection, and I didn't get to read the rest of it. In the meantime, you tell Yelan about the note Scamface left for Corday and Dodamani. Rude. Game, please. I wonder if I can backtrack, actually. That might be included in the text here. Nope. Oh well.
Going right up to them like that? What if they caught on and decided to, try something desperate?
No, auto turned off when I
It's
did
not
that.
a question of if, Paimon. I'm sure they caught on. But in the interest of their own survival, they had no choice but to play along. Now we can be sure the Dark Financier is getting desperate. The stint on the ship? That was him trying to cut his losses to save his own skin. He needs to get rid of anything that could be traced back to him. So, you blow up the ship. You send the goods meant for the auction straight to the bottom of the sea, and let Scamface take the heat. The last thing he wanted was for the goods to make it to the auction, but now we've ensured that they will. So he has no choice but to follow through. He could choose not to send one of his agents to the auction, and let his goods go to an unsuspecting buyer instead. But remember, their worth is inflated. It would only be a matter of time before the buyer realized the valuation was off and reported it to the authorities. As the seller, Corday would be staring down a potential conviction. At best, the Dark Financier has to find a new kind of moral laundering scheme. At worst, he loses one of his last reliable agents in Fontaine.
And if he does decide to continue with the auction, that also works in our favor.
Exactly. Our trail of evidence remains intact, and we let the buyer at the auction lead us closer to the Dark Financier.
Okay, that means, can we go over this again?
Don't worry. I'm sure the Traveler will explain it again in Paimon-friendly language. We're in the home stretch, and taking advantage of this auction is crucial. So come prepared to see this through. Officer Edler already has an informant stationed at the scene. This invitation letter will get you into the auction. I'll meet you at the Hotel de Boer in 2 days.
Nice. I do appreciate that they had us come here, which makes canonical lore-friendly sense, because this is literally the closest harbor to Yilang Wharf. This is where everybody who is traveling between Liyue and Fontaine goes to take their goods, to transport their stuff. But players who have not gotten to Fontaine yet, who are still just messing around in Mondstadt and Liyue, this quest gives them a teleport point, so they can actually start exploring Fontaine if they want to, which you would need to for the quest. You literally need to hike your way all the way out here, because by default, new players, if you've beaten the Mondstadt main story, you get, what is it? I'm not sure you get this teleport point. I think you get something out here. I cannot remember what. I don't think it's the Statue of the Seven. That wouldn't make sense. But you get something out here, but you still have to hike your way all the way to the Court of Fontaine if you want access to the city, which players who start here would have to do the same, but at least they can, because the game conveniently gives them a route there. Anyway, let's push the time forward. And we obviously have to go to Court of Fontaine next, so we'll teleport in a second.
Alright, time to meet back up with Yelan. Our destination? A very important auction at the Hotel de Boer. This is our chance to catch the culprit behind this whole scheme.
Let's go with let's switch to another area appropriate person. Jean Yun is great, but let's do Farina while we're out here. Because I clicked the wrong thing, it unmarked the quest. That was annoying, actually. I was trying to teleport. I zoomed too far out on the map.
Good evening, patrons. Allow me to escort you to the auction.
Oh, Paimon's getting a little nervous. But we gotta keep it together. This is our best chance to catch these guys. Wow! This place rich person in Fontaine here or something? Oh, wait. The people we're after are hiding here too. It's time to get serious. Paimon knows just the thing.
Paimon.
What? It's not like we're rich like the rest of these people. We need a little something to blend in. Besides, if we're here as honest, hard-working detectives, we might as well look the part.
I don't want a mustache. I'll take the glasses.
Too bad.
Oh.
Paimon doesn't have another. But she'll help you make one once this is all over. An even cooler pair.
And now, this half of the patch's money sink. A very good friend of mine who has his Yelan at C6 instantly dropped the money for this outfit.
Well, you two seem raring to go. Good to see you're not nervous. But remember, the key to blending into an event like this is remaining calm and collected. Slow your breathing, tone down the emotion. We don't want to stand out.
This is Yelan's theme song. I haven't heard this in years.
Yelan? It is you, right? It must be you.
I don't think we're the ones who need to worry about keeping a low profile next to the most dazzling lady in the room will be invisible.
Well, I am the current owner of the Genshin Tea House after all, as well as an honored guest at this auction. So, I thought something with more of a Fontainian flair might be nice. A special outfit for a special occasion. Why? Does it look bad?
Did she just
No,
have that
not at all.
already? Did she own that and just bring it with her, or did she get like Kiori to make that for her? I'm very curious. You look great.
All right. Well, let the vacation begin. We have an auction to crash. You two are expert investigators at this point. With us working together, I'd say our chances of success are stacked higher than the cake towers in the Hotel de Boer.
We sure make a great team. But now that we're at the auction, what's our actual game plan?
I just want to note that Yelan's drink looks very, very much like the drinks that we have previously made in the past in Honkai Star Rail, and which we're actually going to make again in like a week from now when the next Honkai Star Rail event drops as part of the current 3.5 patch sequence. And I wonder if the two games, like, they do that on purpose. It's entirely possible they didn't, because Yelan having a drink makes perfect sense here, but I just feel like the timing is not a coincidence.
This time your mission is simple. Take this dossier and pay attention to the items being auctioned. When the Dark Financier's antiques are up, all you need to do is bid. We want to drive up the price and create a bidding frenzy.
Wait, so we get to actually take part in the auction?
Can we bid however much we want?
Thoughtless bidding usually leads to a warning, or even disqualification. But the special account you two will be using during the bidding has no credit limit. So you can drive up the price as high as you want. The more chaos we create, the better. The Dark Financier knows we're on his tail, so I highly doubt he sent one of his trusted agents here. The buyer's likely someone disposable, a scapegoat of sorts. After the incident with the ship, several buyers registered for the auction at the last minute. They're all wearing special pins, signifying them as tea aficionados. Our target should be among them. And I'm sure he's terrified, because if a different buyer develops an interest in one of their inflated goods and wins the bid, it's game over for both Corday and the Dark Financier. Not to mention the buyer has limited funds at his disposal. The Dark Financier likes to work in small sums at a time, so his scapegoat can't go too overboard with the bidding.
Got it. We need to put pressure on them. The more desperate they get, the better.
Okay, so complicated stuff aside, the point is, they have a plan, and our goal is to mess it up. If Paimon was in their shoes, that would make her pretty nervous too.
There's seating reserved for special guests on the second floor. I'll be up there during the bidding to keep an eye on things, and to see if anyone starts to squirm. One thing going wrong might not be enough to slip him up, but target him again and again, and trust me, he'll feel the heat. Once the auction is over, we'll find somewhere secluded to corner the buyer and have a nice little chat.
Sounds like a plan. We won't let you down.
Yeah! We're on a winning streak, and we're not about to let up.
I always get very nervous. Oh. Okay, that's not going where I thought it was. I thought we were going to take part in the bidding. I was excited to take part in the bidding because normally when you do a bidding mini game like this in whatever random video game, you have specific targets you have to hit with the bidding to not go too far, to not blow your cash, to not screw things up. And I was worried we were going to have to deal with that. Literally had to deal with that in Final Fantasy 14 just a couple months ago, and it was annoying. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with that here. But it turns out that we're not going to deal with it at all because we're doing Yelan's side, which I wasn't expecting. Should be interesting, though. So I guess as they bid, I'm going to be using the camera to look at people. The time is right. I should start investigating. All right, we're looking for everybody with this badge on them. Oh, it's not inverted controls. It's the worst here. That's not the badge. There's one. Now, nervous gentleman. He's displaying the badge very prominently, which means there's people that might be displaying it not so prominently. I'm probably going to have to... Oh, Cordier's back there. A buyer with a badge. This one doesn't seem to stand out in any way. Nothing from that person. Anybody got the badges on their backs or something? I highly doubt that. Oh, you can't see anything here anyway. I want to see what's going on. Oh, the lady's wearing one of those badges, but there's nothing too suspicious about her outfit or demeanor. I didn't even see it. I was just... Oh, it was on her back. Okay. Target locked. Secret collector. Oh. Well, we can only confirm, but we can at least look at these people. Collector with a low-profile bidding style has appeared several times in important auctions. Although they haven't been attending auctions as frequently as before, their bids are always focused on the most precious of pieces. Bid frequency low. A lavishly dressed lady. Basically, until she's a well-known figure within Fontaine's fashion world, a regular at fashion exhibitions and events, and an avid collector of unique accessories and trinkets. Records show that she has participated in such auctions multiple times before. Art critic, bid frequency high. A regular commentator for publications like The Steambird, this affluent connoisseur with refined artistic taste is a fixture of the auction house scene. However, their unusually late appearance at this particular auction raises some questions. Interesting.
He's acting strange. And there's something off with his attire. No mistake. That's our guy. His tea aficionado pin is a special color. Most likely to make it easier for Corday to keep tabs on him and the situation as a whole. Which means the two don't know each other well at all. That's something we can use to our advantage.
Once the auction is over, you all meet up outside the Hotel de Boer. Officer Edler arrives with your new double agent in tow. After checking the list of auction participants, you're able to confirm his identity. He turns out to be an ordinary clerk who ran into some financial trouble. Perhaps desperation was what drove him to take such a risk. After exchanging information and a brief discussion, you settle on a bold and daring plan.
Wow, I can't believe I won the bid for this antique painted vase. Should be a wonderful addition to my home decor.
Did you see those tea sets from Chenyu Vale? People were bidding on them left and right. My goodness, those final numbers. Far too high for my pocketbook.
This was not how it was meant to go. Where did those two come from?
Whatever your employer is offering you, the Maison Gardiennage will double it.
You?
Hmm.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that so? Well, you might be interested to know that this hitman over here is also on a need-to-know basis. If the person wearing the blue pin loses their bid, find somewhere secluded and eliminate them. All he can do is follow orders, I suppose.
Actually a Spina di Rosula employee, or...
You lucked out, kid. Getting cornered by the law just saved your life.
No.
Or is it an actor?
This can't be happening. The boss said that even if I got sent to the fortress of Meropide, all I had to do was keep my mouth shut, and he would find a way to get me out. And he even paid me $3 million in advance. On that alone, I could get my wife the best medicine, help her hang on for a few more years. But then, one auction goes wrong. Just one. And what? He's afraid I'm gonna talk? So now I'm just collateral damage?
You're risking your life to do this guy's dirty work and pad his pockets with even more cash. Compared to what he's making, what you get in return are nothing but the scraps.
I've got at least 70 people just like you locked up in the Maison Gardiennage. Need them to tell you where this ends?
No need. I'm guessing you're offering me a way out. What do you need me to do, officer?
All you need to do is arrange a meeting with your boss and have a little chat.
My boss, he's extremely careful about that kind of thing. I've only met him 3 times, to pick up the advance, to go over the plan, and to get the funds for the auction. The best I can do is take you to the place I'm supposed to deliver the goods. There's a certain method I can use to get in contact with him in case of emergencies.
All right then. But first, we need to search your home for evidence related to the case.
Phew! Mission accomplished.
Not quite.
You managed to get through to him so fast, Yelan. Paimon almost couldn't believe it.
Well, he was already nervous and uncertain. All it took was a sincere negotiation. Once I laid his interests out on the table, it didn't take much for him to realize he stands to gain more with us than his boss. Plus, we had some very convincing performances to help seal the deal. Especially you, officer. You make an excellent hitman.
Well, it's been a while since I've gotten to tap into a villain like that. Thought I could have pushed it a little more, honestly.
Are you kidding? Paimon felt like she was face to face with one of our bad guys of the week.
I feel like that is a Spina outfit or something very close to it. So I wasn't sure. I still wonder if they borrowed that from Navia. I knew it was fake and I still felt myself tensing up. If you need a side hustle, you can always become a part-time actor. I like that one.
Well, what's next, Yelan? Want me to go after Corday or Dodamani?
The Sumeru authorities have Dodamani covered. They're just waiting on our signal, and they'll nab him once he makes it back to Beta Harbor. The Millilith are pursuing Scamface, so that just leaves Corday. Tail him, but be sure to keep your distance. We don't want him to tip anyone off.
You got it. I love it when a plan comes together like this.
All right then. We'll reconvene 12 hours from now, when our new double agent will lead us into the Lion's Den. It's time for the dark financier to face the music.
I wonder if this is going to be a domain. Oh, why did it take me away from Frina? How rude. Oh, I chose the perfect moment to pause. That was incredible. Take a screenshot of that real quick. That's so wild. Let me make sure that's saved. 1 second, please. Oh, it sure didn't. Okay, try that again. There we go. Glowing Farina.png. Okay. Ridiculous. Thank you for waiting. All right, let's go to the delivery point. Where's that at? Random spot. No surprise there. We're gonna be out here after this quest anyway, because what I'm gonna do once we finish this quest line off is go back to trying to chew 100%, looking for stuff I missed, and there is 1 chest and 1 Mora box. that I believe I'm missing somewhere out here in the Barrel region. I know I've looked in this area on stream before, but we'll dig back into it. We'll try and find it.
Isn't there anything else more interesting to do?
Oh my god, Frida. Please.
All right, this is where the boss told me to bring the goods. This area is full of apartments and warehouses for rent. The Maison Gardiennage came through not too long ago to keep trouble off the streets. I guess boss thinks it's safer to operate right under their noses. Now, to arrange an emergency meeting, we need to activate a series of mechanisms to send him a signal. But to tell you the truth, I have no idea how to activate them. The only hint boss gave was that the code had something to do with colors. Maybe he was planning to give me more information after the auction, but that plan fell through, obviously.
Paimon was hoping it would be smooth sailing at this point. But no, of course. There's yet another obstacle. Well, after all the investigating it took us to get this far, figuring out what to do with these mechanisms should be a piece of cake.
She's not wrong. Let's talk to Dinero first.
Detective, I wanted to ask. Since I've cooperated with the investigation and all, do you think I'll get a lighter sentence?
That's for the Maison Gardiennage and the court to decide. But I think your attitude will work in your favor.
I'm glad I came to my senses when I did. Otherwise, I'd be done for sure.
All right, let's start
If
things
all
off.
goes to plan, this should be the last phase of the investigation. It's a shame, I know. But all good things must come to an end.
No time to waste.
All
I'm
right.
ready.
Then let's see those detective skills in action.
Beginning your investigation at the meeting site marked by the something. Thanks, game. All right, let's look at the records. An urgent message left by the scapegoat, with the only hint being that the code has something to do with colors. Comparing the image of the current state of the area should give you enough to lure the enemy into a trap. Okay. We're at the right spot. This is due. Something happened here. The Blue Lotus turned into something else. We're looking for lack of colors, I guess. Based on the image, there should have been a marcotte here. The color signal is clear as day. Okay, I see what's going on. Let's look at the records again. I see. This image shows a pot of Sumeru roses. Wasn't Dodamami a Sumeru native? Something's fishy here. One more item somewhere. Those butterflies are off the screen, so that's not relevant. The gears are already there, so that looks normal. Does look normal too. Is there anything back here? It doesn't look like it. I didn't see that, but obviously that was it. There are tea leaves from Xingyu Vale too. Looks to be leftover goods from the transaction. All right.
All right, the mechanisms have been activated.
I guess they had to be set for the same color as what flower was previously in that spot.
Now, all we have to do is wait for our target to take the bait.
You know what? For some strange reason, Paimon's not nervous at all.
My dear Monsieur Diderot, here to make excuses for your complete failure at the auction? Or to fish for a
Those
bigger
hands are
cup?
huge. Oh my goodness.
Accidents happen, of course. What I care about is whether you have the spine to deal with the consequences.
So you do believe in consequences. Seems a bit ironic, coming from the likes of you.
Oh? A trap, I presume. I've set a fair share of those myself. I suppose it's about time I stumbled into one set by someone else. No matter. Sometimes you take a chance on someone who turns out to be
That's so
a
huge.
disappointment. It's happened before. It's not easy to earn the dark financier Rovere Pelliccia's respect, but I must say, you three detectives are a force to be reckoned with. I suppose congratulations are in order. 6 months of planning and execution was all it took to take down a moral laundering organization decades in the making. I have to hand it to the Fontaine and Liyue authorities. Your operation really has been a roaring success.
Why is the Dark Financier so polite? Not the kind of crime boss Paimon was expecting.
It's over.
Oh, do
It's probably
be
not.
serious.
Yep.
You thought you'd corner me, and then what? I just surrender?
If you want to do this the easy way, then yes. You know you're out of options.
For 2 months, I've watched you and Officer Edler dismantle my organization piece by piece. As you cut off my limbs, gouged out my eyes, deafened my ears. I was helpless to stop it.
So you're planning on taking us down with you, is that it? Never heard that one before.
My livelihood is in tatters, Agent Yelan. Hundreds I had working under me, hundreds. And now, they're either locked up or useless. Corday is the only one who still has some value. My moral laundering days are over. We both know that. And considering how your operation's been progressing, it was only a matter of time before you locked on to me. I'm usually one to quit while I'm ahead, but you see, there's only so much a man can lose before he starts to get rather angry. So, Agent Yelan, even if the only score I get to settle here today is ending your precious life, well, that's a high I'll ride straight to the bank.
Ah! Clockwork Mecha! Paimon takes back what she said! This isn't very polite at all!
An old military model. Bet these go for big bucks on the black market. You two have been a huge help, but this fight is mine.
Oh, okay.
Because as it so happens, he isn't the only one who has a score to settle here. If he wants to bring on the drama, then I'm more than happy to give him a show.
All right.
Quietly now. Game's up. Phone's over. Busted. Take it easy.
Oh, they even give us her, is that her signature weapon? That's fantastic.
Things are about to get dicey. Gotcha.
That was not particularly difficult.
Unbelievable. You've bested me, fair and square.
Any last words? Perhaps a bit too dramatic, isn't it? I'd rather not give a soapbox to a piece of scum like you. No, I think I'll say my piece instead. You can pretend to have seen the error of your ways, but it doesn't matter, because you're going to rot in prison for the rest of your life. And every moment of every day you'll be cursing the greed that put you there. Every coin of dirty money that you've pocketed over the years is just another nail in your coffin. And all you'll be able to do is curl up in the corner of your cell like a dying animal and waste away whatever remains of your pathetic life.
You're not a detective, no. You're some kind of demon.
If you knew what's good for you, you'd have walked away from this fight. But it's too late for that now.
Don't do that in real life.
After
Unconsciousness
6
doesn't
months
work like
of
that.
hard work, I finally get to tick off the mission accomplished box at the end of the case file. Take this guy back to the court of Fontaine to stand trial. Don't let him try anything. With any luck, we'll get to send him off to prison before the day is out. Oh, Miss Yelan, Traveler, Paimon. As a personal thanks for all your help, you deserve half of the bonus I'm getting for this case. I will also request that the Maison Gardiennage extend our utmost thanks to our partners in Liyue.
I appreciate the sentiment, Officer Edler, but that's too kind. I was just doing my job. I can't, in good conscience, accept even a single Mora. I'll have to pass up any invitations for banquets or tea tastings as well. If you want to reward someone for going above and beyond during this operation, it should be the Traveler and Paimon.
It wasn't anything special. I mean, it was, but it wasn't.
Well, Paimon's had her detective cap on for so long, analyzing all those clues and trying to uncover their schemes, that her brain hurts. But at the same time, she feels smarter than before. Maybe Paimon really does have what it takes to be a real detective.
Well, if you're interested in this line of work, we're heading to the Maison Gardiennage to get a confession out of these guys. Did you want to tag along?
You really mean it? Yes! 100% yes! Oh, is that okay, Traveler? Paimon's gonna go with Officer Edler and learn some cool new detective skills! Who knows? Maybe they'll come in handy someday.
Go ahead, have fun.
All right! Then let's rendezvous outside the Palais Memonia!
Oh my god, Paimon.
Well, both our lives can get back to normal now, Traveler. After talking about it for so long, I finally have
Hey,
the
Mare, how's
chance
it
to
going?
enjoy a real vacation.
It's been good. I've
Mind
liked it a lot.
humoring me for a bit, Traveler?
I'd be honored. All right, so that was the... Yeah, that's what I thought. That was the official end of it, but I knew there was like a second part. Let's go do that. It's a fun event. It's pretty short. But obviously the summer event was the big one. It makes sense that this was not going to be particularly long. But it's very cute. It was fun. The mechanic was actually enjoyable. I liked searching for evidence. It wasn't too much different from... It was just a more intense variation of the Inazuma lens, but I liked it. Yeah, it was a shame.
What a nice night. Fresh from maritime flowers, fragrant perfume from the shop on the corner, the rich aroma of coffee beans, all
Speaking of
blended
coffee.
together in the night breeze. Makes for quite the relaxing atmosphere. If only we were on a rooftop terrace somewhere, enjoying a few glasses of sparkling wine and getting pleasantly tipsy.
You're on vacation now, why not?
All right, then let's look for a place to stop. I wonder what special drinks the hidden taverns of this city offer. Oh, but first, I wanted to head to the Confrérie of Cabriere before it closes. Mind helping me pick out some perfume to go with this outfit? I also heard about the intricate timepieces, clockwork furnishings, and fine jewelry you can get around here. There should be quite a few souvenirs worth perusing.
I am absolutely down for a shopping spree.
Well, with the most cultured traveler in all of Tevat by my side, I should take advantage of this opportunity. I'm counting on you not to steer me wrong.
I was hoping I would get to interact a little bit here, but I guess not.
I'm satisfied. This has been a nice trip abroad. A very nice trip indeed. I wish I could take my time, maybe extend my stay a few more days. No one likes to be rushed on vacation.
Yeah, on your comment, I wish a summer event. Normally we get the entire patch, and it felt weird not having that. I guess I understand why. I don't agree with it. On the one hand, the region is permanent, and the story is permanent too, which I very much appreciated. So I guess they decided from that POV they would treat the event just like a regular 2-3 week event. But it was still so little time for an event that like encompassed the entire new region location wise. It was a lot of hiking involved. And I feel like they really should just take the Honkai Star Rail mentality and keep events in the game permanently and not get rid of them. Maybe get rid of the limited rewards is fine, but at least let the event stay and like the mini games and whatnot. Hopefully they're working their way in that direction. Maybe them including the region here was like a possibility along that path. Maybe they're just taking little baby steps, but I hope they really do go that route because I hate the FOMO. Why does it sound like you're about to get back to work? It's Yelan.
It can't be helped. Duty calls.
This is Yelan we're talking about.
I still have to write up a formal report on the case and develop a more sophisticated cargo inspection system. Then I'm off to the location of my next assignment. Nod Cry.
Ooh, okay. All right. That's where Paimon and I are headed next too. Is your business urgent? Has something happened?
No, nothing like that. Just meeting an intelligence partner to decide on a mutually beneficial agreement going forward. And to set some boundaries.
Okay, that's legitimately
I'll fill you in
exciting,
later.
actually.
For now, why don't we take a picture together to commemorate this exciting trip to Fontaine?
And you taking me under your wing. I like that better than
That's
success.
right. After this, I know I can trust you to have my back, Traveler. Or should I say, Agent. I say we put the forensic imaging device to use one last time to take this picture. Perhaps we'll cross paths in Not Cry. If so, I hope this collaboration was just the first of many.
I'm looking at this picture to see if the forensic imaging device picked anything else up, and I was like, it would be great if there were something in the background that wasn't expected that we then have to look for, but I guess not. Let me take a look again though, just to make sure. Yeah, no. I'm very excited at the idea of Yelan showing up in Not Cry though. I'm very excited for Not Cry in general, but that just, oh, that shot my excitement through the roof. Okay, we are done with all this. That was the afterward. Okay. Equipment tutorial does not matter because we finished the event. Let's go through here. Claim all the rewards. Very nice. I can take the gadget off now. I don't need it anymore, so let's put the adjuvant back on until I find that one stupid chest I'm missing in Chasm. Cool. And now I have... Okay. I've got 2 10 pulls. Maybe 3, depending, tomorrow. When Chaska gets up. I want to get 1 Chaska constellation. I have her at C1. I really want to get her to C2. I don't think I'm anywhere close to pity though, so I don't think these 2 or 3 temples are going to do it. I'll probably have to drop some money, especially because I'm thinking about getting her signature weapon too. But that is a problem for tomorrow night. All right, now that we finished the quest, what I want to round out the last 30-ish minutes of stream doing is going back to my goal of true 100%, which in this case, since we're here in Fontaine, we might as well stick around here. By my reckoning, by the amazing work that is done from the Genshin Anomaly website, that I should like link places so people are aware of it. It's a really fantastic developed app available to website, which essentially uses JavaScript code to parse your personal battle chronicle at the Hoyo Lab website to tell you exactly how much percentage you are truly missing in any given area. Because, as all of us Genshin players know, the game says 100%, but the true percentage is way higher than that. It can be as high as, I think, if I remember correctly, Gilsong Hill can go up to 123.9%. Some areas only go as high as like 102, but 100 here is never actually you got every single thing in the region. my barrel region count, I forget what it is exactly, but I know that I'm something like 0.4% off, which means I know I'm missing one chest from the achievement counters, because there's also lists online of how many chests are in a region, and you can cross-reference the achievements to see that. And for this Fontaine one in particular, the achievement is 343 is what I have, but there are 344 chests. And thanks to that website I mentioned before, I know the chest I'm missing is in the barrel region. So that chest can only ever be a maximum of 0.3%. So since I'm missing 0.4, the implication is that I'm missing the one chest and probably a Mora box somewhere. Actually, finding these two are going to be very annoying. But I do know it's in the barrel region at least, not below. Court of Fontaine, I think I actually am also missing like one or two Mora boxes. I have no idea where they are. Because on the interactive map, both official and unofficial, I had marked off every single Mora box. But if there's one thing I've learned during this journey, is that I've marked off a lot of things that I hadn't actually gotten. And I just marked without thinking. One thing I am going to start with, though, there are 3 Mora boxes in this ancient slash abyssal slash abyss what is the name of that? Abyss, I forget the name of the crew that your sibling runs. I don't know which of those 3 folks created this. A lot of what we think of as Conrion ruins and abyssal ruins, I think lore-wise, are actually technically related to an even older civilization that doesn't exist anymore. Basically, like the original human civilizations. So this could be older than like all 3 of those. I have no way of telling. But anyway, this is one such land out in Fontaine that you can only get by warping via a whoops. Well, that's bad. I just have to warp back and do it again. There was a very involved quest line to get out here, and we came out here multiple times from multiple different areas. And I was pretty sure I'd gotten everything in here, but I know there were 3 more boxes. So I want to come back in here and just like very thoroughly explore and make absolutely sure. That is so weird to look at. Also, now that I look at it, I realize very clearly this is the room underground in the chasm. Huh? It's literally this teleport point right here. There's an upside down ruin with water flowing, literally water flowing upside down into the ceiling, and this is the other side of it. Although there was no such window there, which makes sense. The chasm was quite a few number of years ago. This was more recent, but it's still a. Oh, was that it? Was that a? No, that was just Mora just sitting out in the open. That was not an actual Mora box. Okay, I got excited for a second. All right, let's start exploring. I guess we'll go this way first, off to this side. I just want to take a close look as we go. Can I even... Oh, okay. I was worried I wouldn't make that. There was a time trial there. Time trials and Sealies are things that I am 100% done on, thankfully. There are no more of those in the world for me to do. So the true 100%ing is entirely just individual chests that I missed. And perhaps a Mora box here and there. And I'm also specifically just... Ooh. Oh, that. Okay. Let's come back to that. There was a platform right below me that I wanted to check out. Yeah, most of what I'm missing, thinking offhand, it's like one chest in Fontaine and 2 or 3 more boxes. Okay, nothing down here. We'll go back up if I can get back up and take that warp. So I'm missing one chest in Fontaine in the Brill region, along with 2 or 3 more boxes, roughly. I'm missing one chest in the Chasm. And 3 chests in Sumeru. So the only places I'm missing Mora boxes actually are just Fontaine. Oops. Can I get back up from here? What's the best way to go for this? It's difficult to go around those. I feel like this is possible. Let me climb from this side. Oh, dang. Okay. I might be stuck down here. I might just have to warp back again. Let me try over here. Is there anything feasible? I could also just drop off into the abyss and see if it like warps me back anywhere. I really don't think it's possible to climb back up from here. No, that wouldn't work either. Let's just try this first of all. Whoop. Nice. Okay, at least it put me back here. That was useful, actually. That was where we went. We went all the way to the end, but I know that that would take us back here. So let's just go this way. And some enemies to deal with. Let's go ahead and deal with them because I want to see what's going on up here.
Control breathing. Yeah. Headbutt. Yeah. Hero incoming. Yeah.
Well, I remember when I first came through here and I just like took so much damage from those guys. I have so many better characters now. This is great. Is there a platform below me? Yes, there is. It's off to the side though. There's nothing immediately below me, I think. Let me come back over here and just take a look. Down there? Okay, yeah. But also I think that's gonna warp us back up to here. So let me come over here. Let me just look on the sides real quick. I'm gonna try to be very thorough this time. Let's just like go all around all the corners. I don't think I'm gonna be able to climb up here. It's gonna give me the same issue as before where I get stuck on the geometry up there. But let's test it out. Oh no, let me up. Okay. Annoyed that it worked here, not there, but whatever. Going. I don't see any more boxes up here. Okay. This was expected. This just leads over to there. What are the stuff that was interesting? The bridge technically continued, but it faded out as I got close. I guess that must have been there originally and dropped into the pit when I first came here. And it is just since, I guess, now just regenerates and vanishes when you get close. That's really weird. Any more box over here? No. Okay. All right, we'll just take the warp up then. It's entirely possible I've gotten all 3 more boxes that were out here, but still want to be thorough and check. Hello.
Stronger. Yeah. Yeah. Look out below. It's justice o'clock.
All right, that's the way we're supposed to go. Let's look around first. I definitely don't think there's anything in this room. What about outside and around the edges? Over here. And there's nothing we can really drop down to. There's not like an underground to this particular room we're in, I don't think. Oh, hey. That's just the regular investigation. That is not a more box. Once again, getting excited for nothing. Ooh, that's thing I don't think I bothered to explore, but I also don't see any obvious stuff there. I should still go in that direction now. Let's come around the back first. I don't think there's much of anything out there either. Let's come back around this side and glance. Nothing over here. The more boxes I'm looking for that will be back here look sort of similar to those. Not entirely identical, but somewhat similar. Significantly smaller, I think. There's also that. That is a legitimate path that I do need to take, but let's go out this back way first. That's where we came in. That was a ending point that I couldn't do anything at. Oh, right, that's where I was at the start. Okay. Okay, I do want to go back here. Just to see if I even can explore this.
What?
I don't think I've ever come back here. There's also obviously nothing back here, but how do I know that for sure? There might be a more box. I never came looking, so. There's a path down there to drop, but can I climb to the top of this? Not from that side. Drop back down. Let's climb from this one. All right, nice. Nothing up here either, though. All right, so we'll drop down here instead. There's nothing down here, and that just leads all the way back to there. Which will make a convenient point to get back to where I'm going. Can't get words right. So yeah, we'll just go this way. All right, and that will take us all the way back to the beginning or somewhere else. We got to head up there next. That was a spot I wanted to go to. All right, back to the beginning. I see. Tell me we don't have too far hike.
Running late again.
And then from here, I want to go off in that direction. Let's get a little bit of height. Probably don't need it, but make it easier to get there without screwing it up and falling to my death. All right, are there any more boxes out here? I don't see anything immediately offhand. There's a time trial I did a while back. There is no path beneath us. Nothing on top of anything. Right, that's the time trial. There's nothing there. There's a thing going back. And that's where we started. But there's also the top of that. I don't know that I ever went up there. Let's see if I can float down to here. Cool, just made it, but there's nothing up here. Thought perhaps I missed a more box literally above where we started, but does not look like it. All right, it was a thought. Okay, I think we can legitimately continue on now. There's nothing in the early areas of this zone that we missed. It's a shame doing that outside of an Atlan where I can only do it for a little a limited period of time. I'm so used to running at super speed forever. Oh well. All right, let's take care of these guys. And...
Control breathing. Yeah.
Heads up! Yeah! Arrow incoming! Yeah!
All right, and there's nothing beneath us, but let me just quickly glance back at the path we took. I don't see any more boxes up here. All right, yeah, no, let's keep going. We have a lot up here, though. We'll start down here, follow the path. I do want to climb up really quickly, though, and same thing I missed up there. There's a time trial over there that I obviously already did, but let's still head over there really quickly. Actually, no, it's probably easier to get there from here than it is from where I was going. But also I can see from here that there's no more box over there. All right, I don't see anything there. We should probably climb higher for that. Nothing I missed in that corner, it looks like. I forgot I could just climb up here. I don't even have to go in the building. I am gonna want to go in the building in a second, but I do want to just sort of come around the corner and check this. Oh, that didn't work like I thought it was going to. Okay, we need to get a lot higher, I think, to actually check that. So let's go inside after all. I'm going to be very thorough about checking all the corners here. I don't need to take any of these portals. They just very quickly warp you in between all of the elemental totems here, which I've already all turned on, so... Boy, this angle, I don't see no more boxes in the corner that I missed or anything like that. Okay. Just glancing over here again real quick. All right, yeah, let's go upstairs. This is... Wait, this is... What is that? Can I get in there? Or is that out of bounds? I can't tell. That's probably out of bounds, but I'm trying really hard to sneak in there. I don't think it's possible. I could try the... There was a little bit of a hole up here too. But it's doing the same thing. All right, that's clearly out of bounds. Let's not bother any further. I was like, is there more box back there? And then I realized what I was trying to get into. All right, what about over here? This leads further up. Anything behind here? No. Anything behind the staircase? No. Okay, let's keep going up. there's a back here.
What?
Oh, just another way out to here. We were already going to be coming that way anyway, so. Oh wait, that was the official way out to there. Okay. You could come out here to do this Sealy thing that we did ages ago. And that's back towards the beginning. From here you can climb a little higher. But also there was the platform around this side, but we're also not high enough to deal with that right now, so we need to keep going. Where did I come in from? It was not here. Further around? Ah, yes, here. You can take this to go up. So I said that was out of bounds, but I'm realizing it technically wasn't. We're in a limited zone. That was on this side. I still don't think there's any way to get into that little recess. Oh, excuse you. Having a hard time letting me get up to here. Apparently that's right below where I'm at now, but there's no real way to get in there. I don't seem to be able to go from below here. I was thinking about like dropping off and floating in, and it's really hard to see with this camera angle, but it doesn't look like that's feasible. I think I am tremendously overthinking that. So from that POV, let's go back inside. Where's the quickest way for that? Back around this way. Here. Because it's much faster to get to the roof of this building by just taking this up. Well, that takes us way farther away than... Oh no, we are going up. I was misremembering. Okay, now that we're up here though. Oh, hello. Oh, big guy. Okay, let's...
Make way for the...
I do need the heals. All right, now with that done, let me remind myself where I'm at. I was trying to drop off. Where exactly below me was I trying to drop off to? Down here, okay. I just want to see at a glance on the way down if there was anything interesting that I missed. And there's no more box on those platforms, which is what I was really aiming to check. Down here, there's nothing on top of any roofs. Let's just drop all the way down and take the portal again. We're getting close to the end of the stream, so I'm going to finish fully checking this area, and then we'll just go back to the rest of Fontaine next week, I think. Is there anything out here on top? I really do think I have fully checked this area, but I'm just trying to be thorough. Anything in this corner? Nah. Anything in this corner? Or that one for that matter. We climbed this already. So just checking the corners and under the debris. Nothing really. Okay. So to leave, we're supposed to take this. That will take us straight out of the arena. But before I do that, last thing I want to do is check over here. The best way to do that is to climb this. And put it over there. We're directly above that, so there's really nothing left to check below us. I just want to glance over here really quickly. This is the interesting area. Didn't show anything. Oh no, that shows stuff when you get close to, or when you're far away. This is the area that we activated a lot of stuff over time. The sunflowers were only there because we did a very, very long sequence of quest lines. The Narcissus Cruz Ordo quest line, which took the entirety of Fontaine's patch series to complete. But it has to go to other areas around Fontaine that are similar in look to this one and do stuff that temporarily let us warp through this painting to this roof and back to several other locations. And when we finished the entire quest line, it left this log, which I'm not going to read now, and it left these flowers, which were actually a nice capstone, because nothing like that should be able to grow out here. So it was a cute ending to a very, 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 very long story. Not nearly as tediously long as the R&R quest line from Sumeru, but it was quite long. If you come into this area from this side, you cannot take this warp back to the other areas. It's a one way from those sides to here, essentially. But it was a fun quest line. I enjoyed it a lot. At any rate, there's no more box here, so okay. All right, so clearly I did get everything in this region. So the 3 Mora boxes, or not, the 1 chest and the 1 Mora box that I'm missing in the barrel region of Fontaine were not here. In this, wherever this is. So I will have to look a lot closer back on the surface level of the barrel region and try and find what I'm missing, which is tough. I suspect the chest I'm missing is not an open world one. It is probably locked behind a puzzle, because that would explain why nothing has ever popped on my compass as I've been popping it in the area as I've been running around. So I'm gonna have to look for puzzles that I miss, and I have to really dig into the interactive map to try and track that down. That is a problem for future Arrow, though. For now, let's go ahead and end stream. Had a good time. Had a fun time hanging out as usual. My 200%. Who knows when I will be able to complete it, but we're getting close. We're really only missing 5 chests and 3 more boxes, so I'm almost there. Yeah, schedule. Genshin was tonight. I'll be back on Thursday for Metroid Prime 2. I'll be back on Saturday for Skies of Arcadia Legends. Nothing on Sunday, because there is a WMGSO stream this Sunday, but I am not involved in that. So this is just going to be my regular week. So Thursday, Saturday, and then that'll be it. All right, let's go see who's doing stuff that we can go hang out with. Who's live? Don't know if anybody's live, but we rated her on Saturday. Drum Ultima's live, but we rated him last Monday, which was nice. I never get to rate Drum Ultima, but since I switched my day, that's a new thing for me, so that's fun. Let's go down the list. I have a couple friends on the charity / Zeloton sphere who are streaming, but I personally don't like rating into streams that have like nearly 100 people watching. I don't like drawing that much attention to myself. Gamaskul's live. Let's see. Who else? Anybody else on this? Yeah, okay. Let's do Gamaskul. I don't think I've ever rated them. I'm sorry. I believe their pronouns are now they, them. Gamaskul is a person I became friends with quite a few years ago from the cosplay circuit, back when I was cosplaying, which was like a billion years ago. I don't do that anymore. I don't have the energy for it. I do still attend cons. But I don't cosplay anymore, but a lot of the people that I met on that cosplay circuit like 10, 15 years ago, I still talk to every so often. Gamaskul is one of them. And as someone who, hilariously, we lived in the same state for a long time, but I first met them in person at New York Comic Con. Instead of the state we lived in, even though we have literal friends of friends. Anyway, they don't tend to play many of the same variety of games I do. They do a small amount of Fortnite, I think, on occasion, and a variety of horror games, Phasmo, that kind of thing. They're really fun to hang out with. The few times I've got to hang out with them in person in the last couple years, it's always been a blast. So yeah, let's head over there for the evening. Let me make sure that's spelling right. Yep, that's good. Okay. Mature audiences. Okay, FYI, there you go. Well, thank you everybody for popping in. Had a great time tonight. I'll be back on Thursday with Metroid Prime 2. Hope to see you then. Have a good night, everybody.